kind of do some similar things. Basically, my unit focuses on every street level narcotics area that's a high crime, high drug area. We get a lot of these tips from officers working their areas. We get tips from, and of course, citizens like you guys. What we do, we have a 16-officer unit. We have 2 detectives and 2 sergeants, and we focus on these areas by working the tips, by being an undercover officer, being in plain clothes, being able to observe like drug transactions or things of that sort, and making interactions with these people. Last year alone, my unit was a new unit that was formed in APD in organized crime, and we had over 370 arrests last year. And those were new delivery cases or new possession cases that were all felonies. Now, to put that in perspective, there's 365 days a year. We work 4 out of 7 days a year, or 4 out of 7 days a week. So you can imagine the hard work that we've been doing. This year alone, we're over, I think, 230 arrests for the year, and that's with being tasked with other things.
How many different individuals would that, out of the 230? Is that like 50 bad guys, or is it, I mean, it's not 230 different guys?
Those are 230 different guys. Those are 230 new arrests.
So no repeats in there?
New repeats, yeah, well, we do get some repeat offenders from last year, or new repeats. Like, we've had interactions with people that we bought drugs from as early as 2 days before.
Sure. And
that same person is out there selling again. So, so that can happen. So a lot of those can be repeats. Most of them are not, though. So, like I said, we focus in everywhere throughout the city. Now, MedTac, with their help, because we work very closely with them, especially Sergeant Dixon's unit. Last year, I know, the 4th and Sabine area. I don't know if anybody was familiar with that downtown, but that was a very high crime, high drug area. And in conjunction with his team last year, that place is completely cleaned up. 100 block of Chalmers. You guys are if you know about that area, that's close to Cesar Chavez and Chalmers Avenue. Big area for heroin, just because it's so close to the methadone clinic. And that area right now has no one out there hanging out for heroin. Now, not saying that it's completely cleaned up. A lot of these things, a lot of these areas tend to, or the dealers tend to move, the users tend to move to different areas, so we have to be aware and kind of follow those things also and those trends. So basically, I mean, that's what my unit does. We work close with the officers on the street, of course, the citizens. Commander Reyes was talking about the app and being anonymous as far as tips go. So those tips go up to what we call the intelligence unit here, and depending on what kind of tip it is, if it's a drug tip, most likely if it's a drug tip, it's going to come down to us or somebody else in the organized crime division. So that's how we work those tips in those areas. Does anybody have any questions?
Can you talk a little bit about the prosecution of the K2 cases?
Sure.
And, like, some of the difficulties or whatever
So
we have?
last week, with the Metro TAC unit, we were downtown doing a joint operation. And the day before the whole big K2 epidemic that happened downtown, where I think over 60 people went to the hospital, something like that, somewhere around those numbers. We had 8 arrests for new delivery cases. That was just the day before. Now, as far as prosecution, K2 is something that's new as far as being illegal in the state of Texas. From what we're doing now, we haven't had a lot of, to be honest, we haven't gone out there and targeted K2 as much as we have the drugs like heroin, you know, the drugs like the felony drugs that are out there like heroin, crack cocaine, methamphetamines that are just prevalent everywhere. Now, K2 seems to be focused downtown mainly, around the Arch area. We are going to start going out there and arresting people for them, but the problem with K2 is that right now the law says that it's like a Class B misdemeanor. If I was to arrest, it's like having marijuana, basically. If I was to arrest somebody for K2 and having it on them, it's a Class B misdemeanor for possession. However, that has to go to the lab, and the lab has to test what's in that K2 or in that product to say whether it's illegal or not. So we may have to wait and actually, we may not be able to make the arrest right there, so we may have to wait till it comes back and then file a warrant on those people. Now, we can also do delivery which is the best way, send an undercover out there, get a delivery charge on people. That's what's going to be the felony charge for these K2, and that's what we're going to start doing down there in conjunction with the Metro TAC unit.
It's a stupid question, but this K2, because I keep hearing about, is it a pill? Is it a powder?
It's like potpourri, basically. And
It's
so,
not a drug, it's a toxin. And that's what we've been telling everybody, this is not a drug, this is a toxin that you're putting in your body. You don't know, it's coming from unregulated labs in China.
Well, how do people take it?
they smoke it.
Yeah,
But that's
like
the
marijuana, they roll with it.
They spray it on tobacco and blunts, and they're self-medicating individuals that have been let loose by the system. We can't police this problem. We need to MHMR and get those people back in beds. And Rick Perry cut the funding. I believe last week I was assaulted by a man, and I was told by another homeless man that they just took out 24 people out of beds in MHMR, and that's what we... So a lot of these people have been kicked straight off their meds, and they don't have any medication. I don't think we can win that war.
I'm not sure about all the numbers or the people that are being kicked out.
Me neither.
So I can't give you an answer on that, but I do know that it's a big problem downtown right now.
It is considered a controlled substance, though?
It is. Just a different schedule 2 right now.
I think he hit on the big thing is we need to change the message. Instead of don't do it because it's a drug, a lot of people are, they're familiar with the war on drugs and they're like, oh, the cops just don't want us getting high. And change it to, like he said, it's a public health issue, and get the word out there that this is an unknown poison or unknown toxin, because we have no idea what these people have mixed with this potpourri or whatever. So if we can kind of start getting that message out there in our community outreach groups or church groups and whatever, change it. Don't do it because it's a drug. Don't do it because it's an unknown poison. It's a toxin. And EMS and the city health services are going to start pushing that message out also from their side. So it's not just us.
I know we're just about out of time, but I did want to bring up one last topic. It's something we've really been working hard on for a while. It's called the host. Brought it up at other commanders forums, but it's out there now. June 1st, we kicked it off. This is a homelessness outreach street team. Basically, it's somewhat modeled after the Houston team. We saw a presentation, it's been quite a while back, over a year ago, about this team that teamed up with an officer, an outreach counselor, and a paramedic, and they would go out to homeless camps and interact with the homeless population. It's a way to reach out to the homeless and not wait for them to come seeking services. We can actually get out there and the team, again, has an outreach counselor. They can refer people to different things. They can, the paramedic on the team can do, some triage of patients and contact the street medicine team. And there's a lot of benefits because, the homeless problem, we can't arrest our way out of it. We can't keep arresting people, packing them in the paddy wagon, and they go to jail, and they're out by the time you get the next paddy wagon up there. For one, it's just not right arresting people just because they're poor. That doesn't mean that we aren't going to have enforcement on the criminal element that's preying upon them and everybody else in the downtown area. And so that's what our focus has shifted to. We have the host team up and running. City Council, I think, is going to agree to let it go another year as it is. We started out thinking, we'll start it in June. By September, we'll know we need a bunch more teams just spread out everywhere in the city. Well, it's turned out that they've identified so many gaps in the system. The host team's like a little gate. So they can go out, they can find somebody, but then they refer them to different places. Well, if you don't have those systems behind you, picking you up, and all you do is go out there and say, well, what do you need? And they tell you, and you say, all right, well, here's your number. We'll get back to you in a year. Well, you haven't really solved anything. So they've made a lot of contacts, a lot of different connections, so that we've gotten some priority service on some people, and we've been able to identify those that have been selected for homes and they don't know where they're at. ECHO can't find them, so they'll tell the host team and they'll be out there and they'll find them for them. And so it's a real positive thing that we're trying to do. The officers' role.
The Friday, August 29th. sorry, still Monday, August 29th. Feels like Friday. We have a whole circle of cops up here. That's a lot of something happening all the way, like, that's a whole...
Massive case of jaywalkers.
Oh no, was it a fatal jaywalking case? I mean, no, it's not funny, but like in a Darwin Award kind of like dark humor.
Somebody's hurt.
A lot of gunfire, a lot of gunpowder.
Somebody's hurt. There's too many cops in this town.
Yeah. You know how much the annual budget is?
I know. I mean, look at the amount of resources here.
Take a guess. What's the annual budget APD?
I say 20 million.
I'm sorry, it's $374 million.
How much?
Not $374 million a year, and they want, of course, to increase it. They just got $12 million for their TASER contract to store their body cams that they'll never let us see. And that's not including the court system, the municipal court system at all. That's just APD. But they don't have money for kids' education or your road or...
You know what it costs to run a helicopter?
A lot, probably.
Over $1 million a year.
Yeah, they got like three.
We got two.
Two of them. The sheriff's got like one, so that's they got a lot. So we're here. There's a EMS here, EMS here. Fire truck number 1 here. Engine 1, man. Engine 1's here. Like number 1. 4506 is here. These guys. Bald Eagles over there. There, guys. Can get a couple of them. 3 of them. Well, that's an EMS. So there's 3 EMS of fire. Fire's first responder. The second responders are the EMS. The EMS gets the job done, stabilizes to get them to the ER. But I got a feeling they're going to tell me that this is K2 related. Even if it's medical, even if the medical is the root cause or psychiatric is the root cause, they're going to tell me it's K2 related. Because they don't have a very deep view of the situation, nor do they have a solution other than, you know, force of control. What do we got there? The corporal. So we're here downtown at the Arch. Let's see, bye.
So where are you taking me to jail?
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
go back to the front.
Look at all the rolls at the homeless center.
Yes, thank you for doing this. I appreciate this. My name is Monica Marie Hernandez Ariano. I would like to press charges against this police officer and this police officer. Contact my attorney. His name is Bob Smith. Robert Smith. My mom's name is Minerva Hernandez, 696-2870. I'd like to press charges against these two individuals. If you could please make sure to get their faces. I don't trust them, and I believe that they're going to try and hold me against my will.
I'll do my best, ma'am.
There's no female officer.
I'm not in the way.
Austin Police
I didn't say you
Department,
were.
and they're going to try and keep me.
I said thank you for not.
I was agreeing with you. You don't have to yell. There's a metal bar. So this is how we take care of the homeless. In the morning, the homeless get rousted. At night, they get rousted. If any kind of event comes to town, they get rousted. So normally this is a sleeping area where people sit and wait for the lottery to go into the Arch. But you can't go into the Arch because there's too many people homeless and this rich city can't afford any beds. That's the only reason we have homeless is because of greed. Watch. Putting the belt on her, they slammed her down on the table, picked her up off the ground. We're gonna put the belt on her, see what they do after that. They're probably gonna take her to the paddy wagon.
No, you fucking come
Tweaking up on her even more.
back. Never been fucking.
This is what happens in the Caritas. This is the Caritas soup kitchen.
At 25
I don't even have any words for this. Yeah. Got 3 cops on one woman. They're putting something around her head. They're putting the sock on her head right now. That whatever you call it.
Keep from spitting and shit.
Yeah, but her face is on the ground. I don't know how she could spit, so it's just a retaliation.
There's my friend I saw today. How's it going, buddy?
I'm not good for that lady. She's getting beat up right now.
Police.
They got a woman. They dragged her down the street.
I saw it.
Yeah, she's in there. They're beating her up now in the Caritas. What do you think of the soup kitchen being used to beat up people? Is that cool for the homeless soup kitchen that has a nonprofit foundation to be? I'm sure there's a better way to do this.
Hey, can you lower your head, please?
You lower your head, we're gonna slam it up in there. 1 cop's in there, 2 cops is in there. 3, 2, alright. Got this lady over here. 3 cops going.
Yeah, it's my first time being homeless and all. Anyway, I was asleep and he kicked me in the head, broke my jaw.
Last night? Did you have to go to the hospital?
I just came back from Breckenridge.
Breckenridge, that's terrible.
Broke my shoulder. Same day, car stolen, broke my shoulder, unconscious, major concussion. I had to walk around for 2 weeks holding up my neck, holding up my head. And I was staying at Austin Community Park. I didn't eat much, I lost 30 pounds.
Oh, tell me about what happened today at the 7-Eleven.
Well, I got a Breckenridge.
With your broken jaw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I have to go back on the 18th to the surgery.
Oh man.
And I got a broken shoulder from falling down behind my pipe.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bring that up. It's been wrestlers now. And about broken bones, broke my collarbone twice. Anyway, I can show you the paperwork if you want.
No, I believe you. Why wouldn't I believe you? So what were you doing at 7-Eleven?
Drinking. I went there and I got lost because there's a lot of construction.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know which way to go downtown. I still don't. You know, to get back to 7th Street, the Arch.
So you're at the 7-Eleven drinking, self-medicating?
Yeah.
Do you have painkillers?
Well, they gave me a prescription for Tremicol.
But you don't have the money to get it?
Well, I can get it, but I have to go to a pharmacy and whatever.
It's a big pain. In the meantime, you were self-medicating with alcohol, like it's always been, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Yeah, so you're taking care of your pain with alcohol, and then what happened? Well, how did the police end up over there, or what happened?
I don't know. Well, actually, I do. I went to college, and I worked in Silicon Valley. I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've only been homeless the first time in my life. Anyway, I'm backwards. Anyway, I found a little corridor I could lay down and be left alone.
Uh-huh.
I just want to be left alone.
Yeah. Human dignity and all.
Yes. Good way of stating it. Anyway, I couldn't believe the fucking cops were right there. Like, Mr. White, like, yeah, I mean, yeah, the right fucking here, man.
They knew your name?
Yeah. Anyway.
Did they give their names?
Anyway, they said 4 people had called, worried about me. I was feeling some of them.
Like medical. They were worried about you medically, right? Like,
I don't know.
Something could be wrong with you. Yeah. And so what was their response to your medical issues? Did they help you with, did they get EMS for you? Did they offer any aid?
No, I just came from the hospital at the large one, so. No, I was just laying there, you know?
Uh-huh. Resting.
Yeah, it wasn't very comfortable. Right.
Yeah, it's hot. Shit.
No, I thought, have you ever found some comfortable cement without a blanket?
No.
I haven't. And I'm 55. They ain't no comfortable cement. Is that comfortable? Lay down on a billboard.
Yeah.
My jaw's all fucked up and
So, I saw them pointing down the street, like telling you to leave.
yeah, they asked me to get up and go.
Did they offer any medical aid?
But they knew I just, I was at Breckenridge, I don't know.
Yeah, if you're in a hospital, that doesn't mean you don't need more medical aid.
I don't feel good.
I know.
I can't eat.
I'm sorry.
I feel a heartbeat in my jaw.
Huh? Your heart feel a heartbeat in your jaw's pain. If you can get some ice on it, it might help. Yeah, it's a soup kitchen.
It's supposed to be a soup kitchen.
Yeah. And what is it tonight?
It's a jail.
A jail, yeah. Bad stuff. Watch out for the cars, buddy.
It's messed up.
Yeah, it's messed up. I'll do my best on that one, all right?
Hey, you have a good night.
You too, man. Looks unconscious. Looks unconscious. Still up. He's definitely haggard. Very tired from her ordeal. There's the black line on there though. She doesn't like the torture. It hurts very badly. You can separate your arms from your shoulders. You dislocate, tear a tendon. These are really big cuffs, and there's no female officer present. She's pretty much collapsed. But they got her on the table. There's no female officers yet. Here comes the belt. She's such a large, powerful person, you know. I'll call you in a second. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We need 4 cops and a belt to subdue someone that's basically passed out from pain.
Police officers?
They got a female. They're gonna put a belt on a female.
They're filming the substation. What's going on?
How'd they get in there?
The cops arrested her, dragged her down the street a little bit. She collapsed.
They use this like a black site, like the one in Chicago where people
$50
disappear.
a day is what the police department pays Terrazos. I got a
This
copy of
isn't
the
an official
contract.
substation, they just use it.
Yeah. I did an information request and got it.
what kind of group y'all in? Peaceful Streets. And he's independent, but he's a friend of ours.
I filmed with the Challenger newspaper. It's a street newspaper.
I'm glad we got somebody here doing it and showing them what they really not.
They got a girl in there. They're gonna put a belt on her. She's already collapsed. There's 4 cops in there. No female officer.
They don't supposed to do that. You know, they were female in there. Were they grabbing her? They don't supposed to have. And it's 6'9". The officer in there, they call him 6'9". The big tall white guy, they call him 6'9". Yeah, because what he did to me, you know, he pulled me and my homeboy over just like 2 days ago. And then now he putting rooms around the street. But I'm gonna tell you something, like y'all doing, they're crooked. You motherfuckers crooked. I also got some crooked now. I was in
Who are some of the worst cops by name?
That's one right there.
The tall guy.
He the worst motherfucker.
The
They got one named Blake. Officer Blake.
Okay.
He's the one like he's the coldest one. Like he take motherfuckers to jail just sitting on the sidewalk. It's just sitting instead of writing you a ticket or giving you a warning. He took like 6 weeks to jail yesterday just sitting on the sidewalk.
It's not against the law to sit on the sidewalk because it's hot outside. Yeah, oh, she's gonna fall out of the chair. Oh, she fell out of the chair. No. We're at the arch here, as you can see, and the police are doing an exercise, and we're going to film for the people.
Walk back this way, your hands where we can see them. Walk back this way, your hands where we can see them.
He's got a cane, super great.
Turn around, sir.
Welcome to Austin.
Turn around and keep walking back towards this office.
Oh, they got him all tied.
This is the Austin Police Department. Is there any other members, people in the car?
He's about to kill some homeless person. Super great. Thanks, guys. Make you zoom happy. Why are they trying to shoot somebody? They're finna shoot somebody. Better not shoot nobody because you'll be on film. Namaste, y'all. Be safe. Film the police.